Hello again, and welcome back to the city of Rowan. This is the Drunken Dragon Tavern. I'm not completely happy with the exterior of it. Um, I tried to make sort of a flatter roof, which I don't know if it turned out as well as I like. I used stairs everywhere, and then right here where it kind of came to the peak, it just used half-step blocks. So I may go back and redo the roof. It's a pretty huge build, actually. It's as you can see. And then this side, the back's okay, and this side over here is kind of boring, but it's up against the wall, so you can't really see much. And this side's really boring, especially for something that has this nice view here. So I may end up rebuilding this or changing out this whole upper level with like a balcony or something that overlooks this, because it's kind of a nice view, even though you're looking into a graveyard. So I think I'm going to keep playing with it, but for now I thought I'd show you the interior because that's mostly what I concentrated on. I really like the way it turned out. But so you can see I got the little sign there. So you come in, and first thing you'll notice is this is like where you would surrender your weapons, so you like give them your swords and axes and whatnot, and they put them in the chest for you. And it's pretty common in bars and taverns and things like that back in the day. They don't want people carrying around weapons for, killing people, or if you're playing poker games or something like that. And then there's kind of this big seating area. And it's sort of like from outside. You can kind of see it's sort of like a little tower. So I think I don't like the way this looks because the roof is kind of messy. So what I'll probably end up doing is making the tower go up even further and then put like another room or something off of it. But um, I'll worry about that later. I'll figure something out. I went with a dark wood floor just to give a little more contrast between the chairs and tables. So I kind of snuck in chairs and tables wherever I could, just kind of make like little, like back here, there's kind of like this little private booth area. So anybody having their like CD dealings can do that back here out of the way. And then there's another kind of like little three-man thing that's not quite as private because you got this single one here. I got the bathrooms. Go down. They're not connected to anything currently, but I'm gonna tie the sewers into them. And then here's the bar. There's a ton of space in the kitchen, which I'm not 100% sure I like that. It feels too open to me, and I could pull this whole wall back, but I think when I do the views out this window or out this side, to look out into that may change. I may push this in a little bit so it's closer. And I don't know. We'll find out. I also thought about putting like a bigger, beefier fire pit in here instead of just using these little ovens. But then I've got orders on the wall there. I've got like keg and the little taps. And up there's like the shelves where they would keep like wine bottles or glasses or whatever. The texture pack that I'm using is basically like Ovo's rustic texture pack, but I did my own modification of it. He had one side has I'm still gonna change this, but one side has drawers like that, and then the other side has like workbench stuff like little hammer and a saw. And I kind of like that because that way, most people will look at that and go, "What is that block?" This you can at least tell that it's a workbench if it has the hammer and the saw on the side, but once you know what they are, when you see them again, you know what they are. But what I think I'm going to change on it is I'm going to make one side look like cupboard doors, and then the other side will look like drawers. So it'll just kind of change it up and make it a little more universal. And unfortunately, you can't pick which side you're going to look at, but I thought it would be cool if, you know, based on that side, you'd see drawers, and then this side you'd see cupboards or whatever, just so it gives it a little more use. And then there's this door that leads down to the like cellar where there's more wine barrels or kegs, whatever. And then I've got some boxes and a couple of supply chests, whatever. There's nothing in them currently. I'll plan on filling all that stuff out later on. You know, once the server's up and running, I'll probably open up some areas for people to play around. Did I just place a torch? Yeah, I did. Oh, I'll fix that later. So let's take you up to the next level. Now, I already have an inn in this town, so I don't want another inn. So this is just a massive tavern. And so there's another kind of like round seating area. There's a single table. Lots more tables. Big table right here. Um, another table. Another table. And I put these kind of fences just to make them feel a little more private. And I got some tables that are like right up against so you can look down and see the bar and the door and everything. And that's pretty much what's all on this level. And then you come up here and I've got this meeting room. It's just a big table like meeting room. I figured, you know, if somebody wanted to have like a private meeting, they could pay the bartender to rent that space. And then in the staff only, this is just like a little chair and oh, excuse me, and the bed. And then up here is another small little like personal space where they could have like private business. And right out there is the roof for that like little bump out rounded area. So if this continues up, I'll probably tie it into this room. So there'll be like two parts to this room. Or I may just convert this over to more living quarters because right now I've got the one down there for like the staff, and then you come up here and you have another kind of like little sleeping area and desk. I figured this would probably be like the owner of the establishment, and then the other one would be like for like the waitress or whatever. But I more wanted that to be a storeroom up there just because I don't have any sign. I guess I could put a sign like right there saying, you know, staff only or whatever. But yeah, then I built in fences all between these two because these I put these here for the staircase just to kind of make it look like it's supports for the staircase. It's a pretty huge place, and I blame it mostly to, well, the reason it's so big is just because of the footprint. You know, it's just a large footprint. But with having a building this large, your roof is huge. So, like I said, what I may end up doing is blowing away this level of seating and just make this like a, I'll probably still have it, but I'll probably make this like a deck, and then that will um, change this stuff around. But I kind of want to get rid of I don't know, I'm still not happy with it. I think I want to change the way the kitchen's laid out. Because originally I just had the bar in this corner, and it worked. It was kind of nice because you had like 5 blocks. Show you real quick. You had like these 5 blocks from the door to that wooden planks there. That was all bar. So you could walk up to the bar and there was seating in front of it, and then you had bar on the side over here as well. But I didn't want to block that off, and I wanted some kind of like little weapons rack storage thingy just because I decided it'd be kind of cool. Not that, you know, people are ever going to surrender their weapons when they come in here, and this isn't PvP anyway in this bar, so there's really no reason to do that, but I just like the look of it, you know. It's kind of cool, but it's not necessary. And I also wanted, when people go into the kitchen, I wanted there to be like a way for them to go to the kitchen aspect. I should say, when they're behind the bar, I want them to be able to go through some doors to a kitchen, or just have the kitchen along the back wall like this one is, and then has a stairwell that leads down. So originally I had the bar was in this area, this rack was gone, that wall's gone, and the stairs were flipped around so you'd go to this corner to go down the stairs. it worked. It was just crowded, and I didn't really have a place for like a kitchen because I figured, you know, this is a big enough place. They'd probably serve food as well. Did I just do it again? I did. I need to stop that. Boop. Okay, so yeah, so what I was thinking is I like that how it is. That's too small to do a bar. I mean, I suppose I could do the bar along here, but I didn't want to crowd the fireplace. So I don't know. If you guys have any ideas of a new layout for this, I mean, I like how it looks, but I think, yeah, I mean, I almost want to like move this up a level and then move that other one up a level. Excuse me. And then maybe make this the bar right here. So that'd be a tiny bar. I'd have to get rid of this column and that would mess that up. I don't know. If you guys think it's great the way it is, I mean, I'm fine with it. I like the way it turned out. I like how it has this little back alley kind of thing for seating and this part. Like I said, if you guys like the way it turned out, let me know in the comments. If you have some ideas for some changes, let me know that as well. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably make this outside, and that'll shrink that roof up, which will make the upstairs much smaller. And realistically, I don't need a meeting room like this. I don't need this other little private meeting room over here. So it probably would just become staff up here at this point, which is cool because that way I can just put a little sign right here that says staff only, and then they don't have to come upstairs. Or I could just get rid of the upstairs entirely, or just make that one room that's a meeting room and then have the staff live downstairs and just put a bigger basement. So there's all kinds of options. Or I could just say they close the place up and head home. They don't actually live here, but it just seems that a lot of the things I looked at, the living quarters are usually above the shop. And since, you know, tavern is just another form of a shop, I thought it would be kind of cool. But it just, to me, it doesn't look medieval enough. It just kind of looks almost too modern. And I don't know if it's because of the style of the roof or what. I think because the roof is like a gable. I believe is the gable is the one that wraps all the way around, and the hip is. I'm getting them confused. Doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, where the roof kind of wraps all the way around instead of like this style here where it has a flat edge. I think that's called the gable. I don't know. It's been too long since I've studied architecture. I don't remember anymore. But I think that's one of the reasons why it looks less medieval is because it's got a complete wraparound roof. And it almost has like a hut feel to it, which, you know, would be fine if it was much smaller, but being as big as this is, it's almost ridiculous. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I may change things up. And, you know, I thought it was kind of cool how it's right across from the barracks. So they can just run over here once their shift ends and get hammered. Man, I am like the torch placing fool. Go away, torch. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.